in the NBA. He's unstoppable on the drive with the kick or the finish. Tyreek.
It's game time in New Jersey as the crowd's at the Prudential Center look to cheer on the Nets. Sacramento is working their way through a road trip going into today's game. They're coming off that win against Minnesota. In that game, Clark, you want to talk about a convincing win. That's what you call a shellacking.
Early on, they were able to exploit their advantage in an area of discipline. They were just focused, locked in, and did a good job of drawing fouls.
Now Sacramento's starting five. Carl Landry and Samuel Dallenberg up front. Tyreek Evans out there with Udrich and Caspi. And for the Nets, and Derek Favors are the forwards. Devin Harris is out there with Anthony Morrow and Williams. We'll now go to Doris Burke, who spoke with Avery Johnson.
When I asked him what they're looking to do on the offensive end, he said, well, I'll tell you what we can afford to do. We can't let their shot blockers dictate the outcome because they're always a danger with these guys. Ball movement, he said, is going to be a huge key for them as the game progresses, guys.
Thank you, Doris.
It's really a mindset, Kevin. You want to get into your defensive groove and find a way to stay there for the full game.
Clark, you look at Ben Udrich last season, he was probably enjoying his best year as a pro.
Yeah, I agree with you. And part of that, I think you might have to attribute to the youngster, the Rookie of the Year, Tyreek Evans. I mean, Udrich was able to feast on all the attention that Evans drew, and that can always help a complimentary player play more relaxed and produce at a higher level.
From deep, Morrow, the shot is off, and the Kings the other way. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
You look at where they really impacted the flow in this one, and it was in getting a hold of the loose balls and taking advantage of the lack of ball control at the other end of the court.
Clark, looking back at last year, just a really tough season for the Nets overall, and if you're a struggling team in the NBA, you're really going to feel it out west.
The West is no mercy. You talk about an unforgiving conference. I mean, when teams that are struggling go out there, they get kicked hard while they're down.
First free throw is good. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Here's Udrich. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Minnesota. And Clark, back to the Nets' troubles. They went 0-10. 0-10 against the Northwest Division.
Yeah, I can't even remember the last time a team got swept in a season by a whole division, Kevin. I guess the silver lining is that the Northwest was a terrific division. Still, you got to find a way to win at least one game out there.
Here's Morrow. Kept alive. And another shot. And two free throws coming up as the whistle blows. He barely missed that one. The first one falls. Terrence Williams out of Louisville, taken 11th in last year's draft.
Yeah, and it was a turbulent, bumpy start for him, Kevin, in his rookie year. But as is the case with most rookies, he got better as the season wore on. I think his work ethic is going to allow him to be a contributing player going forward for the Nets.
Here's Evans. Backing down is Landry. And Evans throws it down hard.
That was a terrific throwdown. I mean, the D wanted nothing to do with that one.
Well, they got to protect the rim much better than that.
Yeah, but he came with force there, Kevin.
Well, you're right. And the last replay courtesy of the Sprite Slam Cam. Here's Harris after the Kings pick up two. It's blocked.
Starting this game, nothing's going down for him.
It's one-on-one. Takes it up. And he gets the bucket. Foul is called. One free throw for him.
Oh, what a great look to get it inside. That's the way to find him when he's ready to score.
And no problem at the line here for the three-point play. The Kings got surprisingly good production from their backcourt last season, Clark.
Yeah, Tyreek Evans, Kevin, showed he was ready to play as a rookie and play at a high level. Bino Udrich had a career season showing he just might be worth that mid-level contract they gave him.
Here's Favors. Scooped up. The three from Morrow. And again, no good by New Jersey.
You got to expect more out of him here. He's had a lot of difficulty this quarter, which in turn is making it difficult for them to cut into this deficit at all.
13 feet out, and again it's Sacramento converting. And for the Kings, the impressive play of Tyreke Evans and Udrih made them feel comfortable, I think, trading away their shooting star, Kevin Martin, to the Rockets. Remember that midway of the season trade?
Yeah, exactly. And you've got to give to get. And the Kings feel pretty confident about what they've got in the backcourt now. And Martin missed some time with the fractured wrist, and when he came back, things weren't gelling quite as well, so that made him expendable.
And here are the Nets now. The Kings getting the bucket. Here's Harris, blocked, and the Kings with possession. They're on a 12-4 run. Evans with it. He's got 5. It's tipped.
He forced it there. You got to be smart with the ball in your hands.
Harris outside. He dishes it. Fouled as he went in for the jam. The D saved the dunk, and he'll shoot free throws. It's on Carl Landry.
Wise foul there, Kevin. You can't give up the easy dunk.
And the first one drops. Only 7 wins for the Kings last year on the road. Not a team that traveled well.
Not at all, Kevin. And you look at their record, and it kind of baffles you. I would expect this team to be much better on the road this season.
Here's D'Alembert. Goes up. Laid in with the D draped all over him.
You have to block this guy out, Kevin. He's just too active on the boards to be left alone.
Well, with their road woes, it wasn't a one-year thing. They struggled in 2009 as well.
Yeah, and you know, when you talk about getting things turned,
and then Williams slams it in.
Kicked it to the right guy at the right time. That's a good pass.
Here's Udrih. Under 8 minutes left in the first. And here's Evans. Outside Landry. Clock is at 3. Here's Evans. Williams pulls it in.
The defense couldn't close out on the mid-range J, and the shooter made him pay.
Covered by Evans. Shoots from 12. Lopez, no luck. Kings leading now by 7. Evans kicks to Landry. Here's D'Alembert. Good D by Lopez. Morrow covered by Evans. Now Favors. Pass to Harris. He's guarded by Udrih. Takes the shot. Kept alive. Here's Favors. A foul called, and he earns a trip to the line.
Looked like a good call from here where I sit. Definitely some contact on that shot.
The first one falls. Derek Favors, Clark, just a big body out of Georgia Tech.
Yeah, you know, he's only 6'10", but he's got the long wingspan, and he eats up a lot of space. I really think he's going to be a power forward as his career progresses. Perhaps cut out of the Karl Malone cloth, if you will. A big guy who can handle his work down low.
And the Kings making a change here. Now Caspi. An 11-point game for him in the win against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis. Nice shot by Evans.
You start hitting a few of those mid-range shots, and it can open up your whole game.
Oh, no, he may have gotten injured right there. He's in a lot of pain.
Kevin, this is certainly one aspect of the game that you never want to see. Hopefully the injury's not too severe, and he'll be able to return to action soon.
Jason Thompson, he's checked in for Sacramento. Harris outside. Scooped up. Here's Favors. Tries to drop it in, but it won't go. Here's Evans. That's good. And it's Udrih with the assist that time. Evans has got 9 points. Here is Harris. No points for him. Now a timeout called by New Jersey. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
This was a great game all the way down to the end. They held in there to force the overtime, and I think came out really prepared to do battle post-regulation time.
Troy Murphy, he's checked in for the Nets. Ross comes in for Anthony Morrow. Here's Harris. 14 points from him the last game against Detroit. Williams dishes to Lopez. Dismissed.
There's another example, Kevin, of how they're hustling to all the missed shots to get an edge in the rebounding area.
Here's Udrich. Can't extend the lead to double digits. Nets trail by 9. Evans picks him up. Evans against Harris. Jump off pass. 5 on the clock. Murphy passes to Williams. 3 on the clock. That's good from Harris on the assist by Williams. Harris has got his first points of the night. Now let's check in with the third member of our crew, Doris Burke. Doris?
Kevin, as last season wore on, Carl Landry began to see more and more double teams whenever he touched the basketball. That put a new demand on him to become a playmaker. Landry said, you know, this is the first time teams have guarded me like this since college. It's something I'm not used to and something I have to continue to learn. And guys, that's an important adjustment for any low post scorer. You have to make teams pay for double teaming you. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. Kings leading now by 7. Pass to Evans. The steal. And here is Lopez. Harris outside. The shot, no good. And the Kings the other way. They're getting their first look of the season at the Nets in this one.
They traded wins last season, but nobody was paying too much attention when that was happening.
And Udrich gets it to go. Here is Harris. About 3.5 minutes left in the first quarter. With the shot. Williams' shot is good. Williams has got 7 points. A win here and there was the exception for both these teams.
But Kevin, a little more victory here and there, but you need more than that to put yourself in playoff contention.
Here's Evans, kept alive. Here's Thompson, and that's good, laying it in. And the Kings lead by 9.
He doesn't have a lot of game with his back to the basket, but that time he found a way to get it done in there. That's a pretty good move for a guy you don't expect to score in the paint.
Shoots from the corner. Lopez, no luck.
He really needs to hit that consistently, or they'll just keep letting him shoot it.
Knocks it loose.
You know, Kevin, it's really early, but they need to get a handle on these turnovers. Taking care of the ball gives you a chance to run your offense.
Murphy. Outside Williams. It's blocked, but he stays with it. Here's Lopez. Blocked again. Kings leading now by 9. Harris outside. Evans picks him up. Outside Williams. Arcs it high. Lopez. The shot is off, and the Kings the other way. It's 1-on-1. Here's Udrich. Buries the short-range shot. 7 points in the game.
Well, they're not doing a good job here on defense in the first quarter, Kevin.
And here are the Nets. 11-point game. Ross, covered by Evans. Here's Ross. And again, no good by New Jersey. So it's Sacramento now. They lead by 11. So for the Nets, James is checked in, and Anthony Morrow subbed in for Quentin Ross. Sacramento also making some changes. Whiteside's checked in for Cousins. Green comes in for Caspi, and it's Garcia in for Tyreke Evans. Here's Garcia. 9 points last game. It's dumped off. Whiteside with it. Just 2 to shoot. Rebounded by Troy Murphy.
The defense is looking to give him that one every time. Just not a good mid-range jump shooter.
Well, it's pretty clear, Clark, that the New Jersey Nets are a team in transition.
Well, you take a look at new ownership, Kevin, a new coach, a new building, a new arena in Newark, another one being built for them in Brooklyn. So it seems like brighter days are definitely on the horizon for this beleaguered franchise.
Here's Farmar. Here's James. Rebounded by Thompson. And the Kings with possession. Now Udrih. Garcia. James covering.
Oh! This is how they built an early lead. A relentless and punishing inside game.
Here's Farmar. 32 seconds left in the first. He's guarded by Udrih. Lopez backs in. Nice fake up and under.
Speed is only part of the equation here. He's not blinding quick, but he was determined to take that one to the rim.
Right side, no good. Now Lopez. He picked up 24 points in their last one against Detroit. Here's Moore, and that's not going to go.
That's really not the kind of performance that his team needs from him here in this quarter.
And that signals the end of the first quarter of play. Double-digit lead on the scoreboard. The Kings on top, up 11.
They're playing lockdown D, Kevin. As a coach, you can't ask for anything more.
And we'll return momentarily.